Hello everybody, my name is Alex Schiller and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about VoiceMeter Potato yet again and breaking down the whole audio board and how you can use it for your live streams, your podcasts, and any sort of audio work you're going to be doing, breaking it down, putting it together, and running it through a single feed. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so you see the board in front of you and you'll notice a couple things right off the bat. You have 5 hardware inputs, 3 virtual inputs, 5 hardware outs, and then 3 virtual outs. So we'll discuss the outs in a minute, but right now we're going to talk about the inputs. So the physical inputs are hardware that you actually physically have. So like my microphone and my switch are my 2 examples that I'm running here. This is my actual like line microphone that you guys can already see kind of pumping through the audio mixer, and it's going to be able to rise and fall with the slider. And I get to choose the outputs that it goes to. We'll talk about those in a minute, as well as I get to adjust what it sounds like with an equalizer, a compensator, a gate, a noise gate, reverb, delay, all sorts of different things to dial in exactly how your audio wants to sound. I also use the switch. I have a little headphone adapter running into my PC as one of the audio microphone inputs, so I can run my switch audio into this board and run it to my streams so that I have this running in there as well. As you can tell, it's just kind of picking up a little hissing right now. There's nothing playing in the actual switch right now because I don't have the switch turned on, but those are essentially what the hardware inputs are. The virtual inputs are like we talked about in the last tutorial. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. I guess it's over here towards the cards. The virtual inputs are essentially what you set your communication input device for your computer and your primary input device, so like YouTube videos, voice chats, stuff like that, would run through your virtual inputs if you set them up the correct way. And then they have that third extra one in case you have any other like random things that you don't want running through the other two. I have these hardware setups. You can name them by right-clicking. I have it set up to microphone and then switch. Oh, just hit enter. And then you can do the same thing for the virtual inputs. You can name them different things as well. So I just have them named virtual inputs, just desktop audio. So going into hardware outputs, this is going to be the next thing that you're going to have to worry about. As you can tell, next to the sliders, you have A1 through 5, and then you have B1 through 3. Essentially what these are is where this audio is outputting to. It's essentially the beauty of what an audio board is, if you've known anything about physical audio boards before, is you can run multiple devices into one thing and then run one cable out and have all of that audio mixed properly going into your stream. Now, like I said, there are 5 hardware outputs. Like I said, I have it running to the speaker output of my computer so that I can hear it in my headphones. I normally have it set to my audio interface as well as the monitors that I have that have built-in speakers in case I just don't want to wear my headphones that day, my ears are hurting or whatever. You could run this into multiple different audio lines, whether it's your stereo speakers on the sides of your monitor, if you're an audio professional or something like that. Perfect for that scenario. And then the digital outputs are things that you would run into things like OBS so that you can hear all of those things within your stream without having to adjust multiple sliders. And I'm going to show you how to do that now within OBS. Okay, so we have OBS here, and we're going to go to our File and then Settings menu, and then you're going to have this Settings tab open, and then we're going to go to the Audio tab here, and then you're going to see multiple global audio devices there. I know that you have to pick the output of the board, not the input of the board. If you notice, I have desktop audio set as an input and then aux set as an input as well, so that I can just separate out my chat and my voice chat and my desktop audio, like YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I can run, like if I'm in a Discord call with somebody, I can run them through a compressor so that they sound a little bit better instead of just the grainy Discord sound. Anyway, mic auxiliary audio 2 is where you're going to find, or 3 or 4 or 1 or whatever you're running. This is where you're going to find your VoiceMeter output, your VoiceMeter aux output, and then your VIO output. So whatever you set it to, 1, 2, or 3B, you're going to be able to pull those audio sources into separate sources for you in OBS. We'll use this as an example right here. We'll set up the VoiceMeter output 1, and we'll just have that running. And then you can tell if I turn on my mic here that you're going to be hearing double, and that's gross, and I'm sorry. So we're going to turn that off really quick. And that's exactly how you would run all of the feed that you've got going into your audio board into OBS as one singular stream. So you can just change things in VoiceMeter rather than having to change things in OBS, every individual little dial. Now, there are some cons and some pros to this as well. Obviously, you have one line going for everything. That's awesome. It makes it simple once you get the actual, audio board figured out. And once you get everything kind of dialed in. But it's also one of those things that if you're constantly having to adjust audio on the fly, it's easier to do it all in one thing in OBS with video. I tend to use just OBS and their audio mixer built in there, just because it's a little bit easier for me because I only have 3 streams of audio. There's no reason to run it through a major board, so I just have those 3 streams of audio set in OBS. But if you're running multiple microphones for a podcast setup, like if you have like 4 microphones set up, running all of them into separate hardware outputs in VoiceMeter is phenomenal. It makes your life so much easier, and just dialing those ins for your specific guests and then having that log just recorded in OBS is phenomenal. If you're trying to do like reaction videos, having your audio set in the VoiceMeter Potato and then dialing that in so you're not as loud or louder than your video that you're watching or reacting to or whatever, that's phenomenal as well. But for like live streaming purposes and doing like 1 or 2 inputs versus like 5 or 6, it's not super great. That's why I would recommend VoiceMeter Banana over VoiceMeter Potato in this instance. But VoiceMeter Potato is definitely for the professional. VoiceMeter Potato is definitely for someone who wants to have like a supreme podcasting setup and made simple in the software that they might not know, which is like OBS and stuff like that. So having that available to you is crazy as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you got what you wanted out of this tutorial, let me know. If you didn't, if you have more questions, throw them in the comment section down below, and our Discord as well. If you want to join that, you can get our videos a day sooner than most people, as well as any questions answered while I'm not actually creating videos for you guys. So if you have any VoiceMeter Potato questions or just in general live streaming questions, our Discord is a wonderful resource for that as well. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more of the content that I make, and like I said, check out the Discord so you can see that stuff early if you are interested in that. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Alex Schiller, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.